a lot, but you really only need 100 villagers at one point. You're gonna find that when gold runs out and stuff, you're gonna have to delete them all later. And you don't really need 100 villagers for everything. That's just a recommended rough estimate. You know, a lot of villagers equals good. So there's no real specific number, but what you want to do is you gotta look at your resources at the top and ask yourself, what am I low on? And keep putting villagers on that until all your resources are relatively stable. Obviously, I'm low on food, so I need more farmers, and I'm going to keep making more farmers until my food is stable. So don't ever forget that. The common thing that gets most pros, though, is not building houses, and I'm definitely a victim of that. I always forget to build houses, but that's why the Huns are always nice whenever I get them. Yeah, it's weird, because whenever I play Age of Empires online, I always get the same damn civs over and over and over again. It's always the Vikings. It's always the Vikings. One of the reasons why I picked this game to upload, because I wasn't the Vikings. Due to some kind of Christmas miracle of some sort, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, so I didn't get the Vikings, which is nice. But I always get either the Vikings or the Koreans, or like the Aztecs. Mostly Vikings and Koreans, my god, like over half of my games are Vikings. I also get Chinese a lot, which is my worst civ by far. Just because I just, for the life of me, I can't figure out how they work. They play so differently than any other civ. Oh, yeah, they're confusing. But you can see I got a pretty good army up there. Big Mac's got a stone wall. So obviously, best way to deal with the stone wall is some rams. You can just see me looking around. I got it on view lock so you can see where I was looking all the time, and you can see what I was clicking on, which is always nice. So at this point in the game, things are looking good. Big Mac is looking like a total pile of shit right now, but that's okay. Yeah, got housed again. Go figure. So that's what I do all the time. It's kind of my trademark right now. So, got me a mangonel. The reason I built that instead of a ram was because I didn't want him wall spamming me. You know, he's like, oh my god, here's a ram. I think I'll build 50 layers of wall to keep him out for 3 hours. Because apparently that's a viable strategy. Yeah, he got to castle age 26 minutes, which I suppose isn't terrible, but... Clearly the rushing wasn't worth it on his part, because it didn't really hit me that bad, and it definitely hit him a lot worse. Yep, so I've started to delete my part of the town center, and here comes the battering ram. So, Big Mac looks to be in big trouble. Again. And I've got my economy bustling, working on my lumberjacks, got lots of villagers, lots of gold. Things are looking good. And yeah, I'm slowly tearing down his wall. Slowly. You can make your rams tear down walls faster and move faster if you fill them with spearmen or various types of infantry, but spearmen work the best for some reason. Yeah. Yep, so I'm still pumping out more troops. Nothing's really happening quite yet, but believe me, this match gets a lot more exciting later. And you guys asked me specifically not to edit anything out and show you everything in parts, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Got some idle villagers sitting there. Yep. This is kind of an older match, but I just absolutely had to upload this just because it was such an awesome game, though. Late game, it was just amazing. So you can see I'm reseeding my farms. One really good feature of the Conquerors compared to the Age of Kings is that you can have your farms reseed themselves automatically. So really, building like 100 villagers really doesn't require a lot of management on your part. You know, they do the job. It's not like an Age of Kings where you have them build a mining camp and they just sit there like, derp, where's the mineral? I can't find the mineral. No, in this case, you know, they do everything automatically, which is really nice. Yep, so I am on my way into his base, and you can see he's trying to wall spam me exactly as I thought he would, and I am just shooting him with my mangonel. You can see that I'm building a gate behind my army just because if it turns out that Plum Bum has a bunch of knights, he can't just wait for me to blow down Big Mac's wall and just run into my base and kill me, because believe it or not, 9 out of 10 times that you do what I do, that will happen. Yep, so I'm getting wheelbarrow, which is a really important technology. It really buffs up your economy. So this was kind of a strange game though, but it was definitely interesting. Believe me, it picks up once I get into Big Mac's base. Slowly. Slowly, aha! His walls are down. And that asshole had extra walls. Yeah, so, man, he was really stalling me like a pro here, because, ugh. And if you look in the in-game clock, it says 30 minutes in the upper left-hand corner. That's foreshadowing, that's bad, because at 30 minutes in, most people are in the Imperial Age, and I am not. So that could be a problem. Obviously, I built the gate because I expected Plum Bum to intervene at some point, just because Big Mac is in, you know, deep shit right now. And PGG is looking really good right now. Yep, there goes Plum Bum, Imperial Age. And we will soon find out if he was Franks or Spanish, because I don't remember. Yep, so working on my economy, working on my army, and I'm ramming down his stupid gate. His Eagle Warriors, they're really good fighting tool just because they can soak up damage from town centers nice, just like Knights with that 2 Pierce Armor defense. Which makes them really, really good tools. So obviously you can't see really much of what PGG and Plum Bum were doing just because this is entirely from my perspective. Yep, and I'm getting cartography now, and bam, I'm in his base. And here comes the Eagle Warriors. Yep, and a really good way to take out enemy rams is mangonels. So if you put like a mangonel behind your wall, you can shoot down the enemy rams really easily. They're some of the best units in the game, so if you're worried about shooting your own guys, don't be. They're incredibly useful. Alright, so I'm in his base, and Big Mac is about to get slaughtered by a bunch of really buff Eagle Warriors with max defense upgrades in the Castle Age. If I was smart, I would have sold pretty much all of my wood at the market and advanced right now. The market's a really, really, really good tool for advancing. Alright, well now that I'm in his base, good military tactics. If you have a raiding unit like the Eagle Warrior, which is not really a direct combat unit, but one that you go around and raid somebody's base with, because they're too valuable to lose, is go around and look for enemy lumberjacks or villagers and just take out the villagers. Remember, you're not trying to kill somebody because it's still a rush. You're not trying to kill anybody, you're just trying to cripple them. Cripple them deeply. Yep, so all of Big Mac's villagers are getting absolutely slaughtered. I'm still not in the Imperial Age yet, for reasons I don't understand. And I'm just destroying his base mercilessly right now. Yep, he looks like he's in big trouble. Yeah, definitely one reason I'm so slow advancing is because Eagle Warriors cost a crap ton of gold. They cost 50 gold each. But if I had relics, you know, they're a no-brainer. They still don't cost that much, but when you're spamming them like I am. Yep. So, yeah, he's in deep trouble. Actually, Eagle Warriors are bulky enough if you give them enough defense upgrades. They can sit under a town center and just spawn camp these villagers. I'm just trying to stop him from gathering any resources right now by just sitting around. You can see that Plum Bum's blue dot in the map is moving closer, meaning that he's coming to intervene. And Big Mac has almost no villagers left. Believe it or not, this happens to him a lot. I feel really bad because he likes to rush people. But it does work a lot though. But I got this little tribute from PGG that really, really helped me a lot. A little bit of tribute to your allies really does go a long way. So if they ask for tribute, send it to them. Some tips for team games if you never play them is do whatever your ally says, even if he's retarded. Do whatever he says, because the ally is always right. It's sort of a restaurant type thing, you know. Your ally is always right. If he needs help, send it. Like 9 out of 10 times, do what your ally wants. Yep, and there's Plum Bum, sending in the hand cannoneers, which is really a good way to take out Eagle Warriors. Probably one of the better ways to take out Eagle Warriors. He's trying to build a castle. Big Mac is just, he's boned in 18 different ways right now. He's just getting screwed on every side, every angle. Well, one good thing about this is I'm also cutting off their trade, which is important in Blackforest, and lo and behold, 37 minutes in, PGG has created his first military unit. Yes, that's sarcasm. That was pretty slow. Yes, here comes the first mangonel. Oh god. Yep, and there goes all of Big Mac's villagers again. I'm just running him over right now. I still haven't advanced yet. Man. Now, looking back on this match, it was not as good as I remember. Anyway, I turned off view lock just so you guys can see all the large assorted action that's going on. Because right now, it looks like Big Mac is about to get screwed. He's got nothing left. He's got a lot of town centers, but he's got no villagers left, and I'm starving him slowly. Yep. And Plum Bum's not really able to help much, but oh Jesus, here comes the hand cannoneer. Ah, yeah, he's Frank's. As I suspected. Sort of. So it was at this point that I realized when I saw those hand cannoneers, I was like, oh shit, I might lose this. Not the game, but I mean, I might lose this battle. So I sent in a couple villagers to go hide in his base, which is always a very good thing to do. Although it never works, but it's always funny in case it actually does. And oh god, here comes the unupgraded pikeman. 40 minutes into the game. You go, PGG, you go. Yeah, the unupgraded pikemen. Very, very intimidating units. They're actually so weak that you can take them down with villagers, but that's beside the point. Yeah, so I could see that Plum Bum definitely had one insane army, and as usual, he's just the MVP, like, insane playing on his part. He's a very, very good player. Well, all the players in this game are pretty good, but Plum Bum definitely takes the cake for very impressive. Yep, so down goes my rams. You know, hand cannoneers actually get a slight attack bonus on rams, so instead of doing 1 damage because they're ranged, they do like 3, 4, 5, something like that. Yeah, so I take my villagers and I go hide in this little crevice here. And believe me, don't bet everything on this, because it almost never works. But it's hilarious when it does, so it's always good to try. Is go hide enemy villagers in your opponent's base, because they will find you at some point. Just pray that when they find you that you're ready. Yep. And Plum Bum is pretty much helpless at his own base due to these 1 mangonel, which is now the lone onager, which I think is pretty hilarious. Plum Bum's a little slow. I mean, PGG is a little slow. He's still a really good player, though. He's really good with his micro, which makes it really annoying. So he can have like a group of archers, and then just infinitely dodge your own shots from your archers, because he's really good like that. Yep. Ooh. Yep, so I'm working on my siege workshop, my town center, and that secret little nook right there. And now we're going to go back to base defense by Plum Bum. Yeah, and believe it or not, oh yeah, ooh, decimated. But those halberdiers and onagers are actually a pretty good unit combo. Because the halberdiers keep the horses off your onagers, and obviously onagers are weak to fast horses, and etc. So really, never compose your army of just 1 unit, but compose it of like multiple units to help balance it out, to help counter them. Because obviously making an army of just hand cannoneers or something, well, you get destroyed by what hand cannoneers are countered by. Which in this case would be archers, various siege weapons, perhaps massed paladins. Actually, is there anything that massed paladins don't beat? Oh man, they're just amazing, but they cost so much. Alright, so lo and behold, 30,000 years into the future, Ilumiknight has advanced to the Imperial Age. Yeah, I bet none of you saw that coming. But yes, I finally reached the Imperial Age. And I've got my Eagle Warrior army ready to help PGG on his conquest of Plum Bum's base. Yeah, just reached the Imperial Age. And Plum Bum is wall spamming, but now, even though that seems like a good idea, you gotta keep in mind who you're facing, because wasting a ton of stone on a billion layers of wall isn't always going to help you. Plum Bum forgot that he was fighting the Koreans, and what do the Koreans specialize in? Siege onagers. What do siege onagers do? They chop trees. So building more than one layer of wall, kinda useless. Just always remember that walls aren't designed to stop an enemy attack. They're designed to warn you of one. Because they're never going to stop the attack. They're supposed to provide you ample warning for you to get ready for it. Yeah, and then PGG just chopped through the forest right there, and here he comes.